And now we have a Nigerian-born actress who was primarily raised in the United Kingdom, spent her younger traveling
Are you reading the news?
years and living all over the world. I'm sure she's laughing right now. Hold on. Don't show her face yet. Including France, Tanzania, Trinidad and Tobago, and Indonesia. She's, while in the UK, she attended drama classes at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, extended her study into dance. She had the privilege of performing the world-famous South African Ifpitombi dance at the National Art Theatre in Nigeria. Although a cultivated artist, she received an undergraduate degree in engineering and a master's degree in marketing.
Oh,
Come
dear.
on.
One of those again.
Sope Aluko. I told you she was laughing.
How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. I really appreciate it.
but hold on. So, wait, you have a master's degree in marketing. You have a degree in engineering.
And
you're an actor. What's going to happen to the other?
Yes, I am. And that is... It's a strange story. Well, it's not really, because my parents never wanted me to be an actor, so they didn't think it was going to bring in any money, you know. So I did the course. Yes. I studied and I worked in corporate America.
Tell us how you got there from engineering.
You know, I've always wanted to be an actor, and I went to my parents. I said, this is what I want to do. I want to do this full time. And they said, are you crazy? You're not doing that. We pay for you to go to the best boarding schools and have the best education. So I followed the course, and I loved sciences. And so I did engineering. And then I did my master's in marketing. And I worked in corporate America for about 15 years. And I just gave it all up when they both unfortunately passed away. And I decided to transition into my life of acting 9 years ago, exactly.
Okay.
So you waited for them to pass before you now skipped off to go and do your heart's bidding.
It's not that I think at the point when I lost my parents, I went through a shift in my life. What really made me happy? Was it making lots of money, which I was, or was it really following my dream? And so I basically prayed about it, and I gave it all up. I walked away from all that money, literally, and started from scratch.
Okay. But I want to assume that now you're making all that money and then some back.
Let's hope more. I'm not quite there yet, but let's see. we're still making it.
Okay, so let's look at the work you've done as an actor. So we have, I have some things there. So you say yes or no to all of this. Graceland, Army Wives.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Pitch Perfect 2.
Yes.
Identity Theft. 96 Minutes.
Yes.
Grass Stains.
Yes.
Black Panther.
Yes.
Okay, so where are you going next?
Well, actually, I just filmed another Marvel movie, which I can't say anything about because we signed these NDAs that just don't have, you know, so that announcement will come soon. And then I'm also in a new movie with Taraji P. Henson and Sam Rockwell that's coming out this year.
And did you say Taraji Henson?
Yes, Taraji P. Henson.
Wow.
Our
girl is going places.
I'm trying.
So in all of this, do you still make time to dance?
I try to. It's funny you should say. I don't dance professionally or anything. Actually, I'm staying with a friend here in LA. I'm in LA right now, and she is a professional dancer. And so she was actually teaching me a few moves the other day. I almost kind of like bust a muscle, so I just said to chill out a little bit, you know. So she just teaching little by little, some little like movements, you know, choreography, and I said, okay, I think that's enough. Just need to just chill out. Acting is my passion, and let me focus on that right now.
All right. So in the midst of all of this, corporate America, acting, you also made out time to start a family. How are you able to manage both sides of your life? Now that you've been able to Narrow it down to two sides of your life, acting and family. How are you able to manage it?
Do you know, I honestly don't know how I do it. I just do it. Like today, I was going for auditions. I'm actually here in the middle of pilot season, which is the busiest time in an actor's life in LA, when all the pilots are going on and you're just rushing from audition to audition. And between auditions, I was busy talking to like the principal counselors with my 15-year-old, and he's changing his subjects for next year. And when people ask me, how do I do it? I just, by the Lord's grace is how I do it. Because I know that I'm a wife and a mother first and everything else. So I just try to work it into my schedule because they are my loves, basically.
No, Sope, do you have any training in acting?
Yes, I trained, I did classes in Lambda and I did theater training. And that's theater training. It's not TV and film, which is completely different. So when I decided to get back into TV and film, get into TV and film rather, 9 years ago, I started from scratch. I went through classes. I trained with specific teachers as well. I put in the work, basically, and I still continue to train. Every time I have an audition, I have a coach. I train with that coach. So, I have different methods that I use, Meisner, Stanislavski, and all kinds of methods. So that's the thing about being an actor. You've got to be able to train and know the different methods and what's good for you that you can use as your toolbox.
Okay, you're an African.
Yes.
And it looks like you like to put that out there. I'm an African to the core. But you're an industry out there, Hollywood, that a few Africans are breaking into. Let's talk about that movie, The Black Panther, talking about an African nation that is technologically advanced. When you came on that set, went through the script, and saw what that story is about to tell, what did he tell you of Africa?
You know what? For so long, I had seen Hollywood depict Africa in not the way it should have been depicted. There's always a mishmash of stuff. They take some different things and then just turn it around and just churn it out. And for the first time, I saw a refreshing that honored the continent of Africa. We're talking about this fictitious country that has this mineral resource, vibranium, that's sought after by the Westerners, and they have to hide it. We're talking about a nation, like you said, that's advanced technologically. We're talking about a nation full of kings and queens and culturally rich, etc. So these were all the elements of Africa that we don't normally have in the narrative out there that were now in this script. So that's why it just made not only me but all of the cast members excited to be part of this, because we know that we kind of like were given something and we wanted to make sure that we honored it correctly. So you're going to see the producers and all of production made sure they did their research. They traveled over Africa, different countries in Africa. You'll see that in the costumes that the designer, who's an Oscar-nominated designer, Ruthie Carter, she has elements from Nigeria, from South Africa, from Gambia. They're all authentic things that you'll see come to life in this film. And I'm so excited for everybody to see that.
So you worked beside Lupita Nyong'o, Dania Gurira, John Kani. I'm trying to get all their names, the people you worked with that are of African descent. Daniel Kalia,
Angela Bassett,
Forrest Whitaker, and Chadwick Boseman.
Oh my gosh, wow. I call Chadwick Boseman my African brother, because if you look at him, his features, he was always talking with his accent set because he's method like that, and it just, every single time he said my sister, and I would say my brother, I said, why you feel so African, Chadwick? I said, where are you from? He said, from South Carolina. And we talked about the fact that, the slave ships, landed in South Carolina. And so that's why there's more of that look and feel that he was from the western part of Africa. So, everybody was phenomenal.